I'm hitting the menu button. We're going right in.
Oh god.
Say hello.
Hi!
FemHype crew.
FemHype! It's us again.
I feel like every time I join your like recordings or whatever, you forget how to do an intro.
Because I don't, because there's somebody else here.
New game, didn't expect that.
Yeah, so our intro is, hi FemHype crew. Today, Paige is joining me. Usually you just listen to my silly voice, but today, because Paige has been getting into, what is it, Paige? What game is this? What's your favorite game?
Mass Effect?
I will get you on that.
Crash Team Racing?
You're gonna do it. Wait, what did you pick? Archer?
People know. They've watched.
Oh.
They've seen it. Look, summary. You got it?
Yeah.
You good? Alright.
Yeah.
Do I want to import the world?
Yes. Yes, you do.
I don't know what that means.
Confirm.
Okay. Importing.
Yeah. Don't worry about that part.
I'm ready. So, I'm apparently almost done with Elsa. Surprise.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
If you haven't been following the adventures of Elsa in Dragon Age,
Just follow me at GLaDOS Heights.
follow her on Twitter or follow our Twitch channel because we've been doing a lot of live streams of Fallout and
FemHype Friday.
Yes, FemHype Friday. We're gonna be doing live streams. You get to sit with us while we're dorks.
Most of the time it's Fallout, but sometimes I kill a dragon.
Yeah, sometimes Paige comes in casually, kills a dragon, and leaves.
Yeah.
So.
MBD. So, I wanted to make a new character because Elsa's, like, gone, I guess. She's not gone. It'll be a while until I finish the game. But I wanted to make a new character, and then yesterday while I was playing Elsa, I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited to make this new character. So we thought we would film it. It's gonna be Katniss. Surprise. There was no surprise, actually. Because I just told you now. I wanted to do a male dwarf because I like their beards.
Yeah. Their
beards are pretty cool. However, you can't romance a lot of people.
If you're a male dwarf, you're saying?
Yeah, and my point of changing my playthrough and, like, doing a different character was so that I could explore Blackwall and, like, that whole romance because I've never really seen it.
You're really interested in Blackwall's story, actually.
I'm interested in how the romance fits into that because I romanced Josephine in my other one, and she just kind of fell flat after a while. Like, I'm not really getting much from her story.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of cutscenes or dialogue with her. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that you're not traveling with her, so, like, she's not with you as much as everybody else is.
Right.
Yeah, so... It's
know.
Interesting that you had almost, romanced Blackwall.
I had romanced him.
Well,
by accident. It wasn't on purpose.
You went in a little bit. Like, he showed up at your bedroom, and you were like, oh, God, no, and you broke it off.
Oh, he was in my bedroom?
Yeah, remember? You weren't really with him. You were just flirting with him, and then he was like, you went to your bedroom, and he was there, and he was like, so...
What are we? I hate that. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Wait a minute. The question is... Blackwall has a kick-ass beard, and you have a kick-ass beard, then, like...
That's the only... Okay, I wanted to play a male dwarf so I could have a kick-ass beard. If I can't be a male dwarf, I might as well date someone with kick-ass beard. That was literally my thought process.
Yeah. Okay, so my question for you is, because you've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition for a little while now, what is it... do you think that sort of changed it for you? When were you like, okay, this isn't such a bad game, and then you were like, actually, I kind of want to play this a lot now? Like, what's the appeal for you as someone who's not, like, a fan of, like, the other games?
I've said before that, well, I don't think I've said this, actually. I've played, how many characters have I made?
A ton.
6 or 7,
All
and
different kinds.
I've never gotten as far as I've gotten with Elsa. Like, I've gotten as far as Skyhold, but I've never really like gone through more than that. So I think what has changed it for me is just that I've understood a little bit more.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Because in the beginning I didn't understand at all. And like, not just understood the story, because I still don't understand. There are gaps that I just don't get.
Yeah.
But I think it's more that I can understand basic things, so like little mini quests that you need to do in order to move forward in the main story.
Mm-hmm.
I can do those mini quests and it makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
Like I can understand what's going on with the characters that I'm helping and why people are doing certain things, why people are reacting certain ways, like who I want to impress when I judge people, like who I want to do quests for at the war table. The war table's still baffling, but I at least know like Cullen does nothing. If you follow me on GLaDOS, you know that.
No, I think that makes sense because I felt the same way about Skyrim because I hadn't played the other Elder Scrolls games. So
Right.
I was kind of like, what's happening?
Right.
Why is there a war? Why are people mad? Like, I didn't understand any of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I still kind of don't fully get, like, the nuances of the differences between each elf race, but it's more fun to play it now that I kind of am not as totally, utterly lost as I was in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Weren't we saying when we started playing Fallout 4 for the first time that the options they give you for the face, like the blemishes and the cuts and stuff, is like absolutely incredible?
The fact that they have acne,
Yeah.
like some people have just chronic acne
Yeah.
into their adulthood and beyond, so it's kind of nice that you could like theoretically make yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
That was wild.
yeah,
That was really wild.
that was pretty cool. Bravo.
I think they did that, you know. I still wonder why. I guess I kind of get it a little bit, but you can do all these things with a face, but then you can't be like a tall or a short person still. Like, they still don't do that in games. I'm like, why?
I hate that.
I don't get it. Everyone's the same height. Like, I don't. And then you have like Kunari, who are like towering over everybody.
Do you think I should do Merida? Should I change her hair color?
I don't know, because the
Like
eyes
it's
are
red.
still. I thought Katniss had like brownish gold eyes or something.
I could change them.
I don't know. I didn't
I
read.
gave her green just because, I don't know. Thought that'd be nice to look at through the playthrough.
But if you were Merida,
Oh shit. I didn't mean to do that.
I don't know. I guess she is like.
Do they have like a gold color hair? Probably.
I was gonna say, would it be cool if you made Edward in this? But Solus is Edward, so it's already Edward.
Solus is a bald, angry Edward.
Please keep
I
that
like
in.
that.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's like kind of. I like when they have like really stark eyes, like a stark eye color, because I feel like it's nice to look at.
Yeah, well, we're gonna be looking
during
at
like
their
the really
face.
boring scenes.
Yeah.
It's nice to like look at how beautiful. Because how many times have I like just paused? Look at how great Elsa looks.
So pick whatever eyes you want, because you're gonna be staring at her face.
Please create a male dwarf Katniss. Because I really want to do that.
Yeah.
I just, in this playthrough, want to romance Blackwall.
Well, then that can be on the back burner, you doing a male dwarf after this.
Yeah, but I think if I do Katniss, and then I do another Katniss, like, I think I'll get bored of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
I'll do a
haven't-
male Merida next time. How about that?
Remember Francisco? Rip.
One day I was just angry. I feel like I was angry because I romanced Cassandra and there was no consent. I don't want to talk about it. And and I feel like I was just angry one day and you were like, I don't have enough space for another save. And I'm like, just delete Francisco. And you were like, are you sure? I'm like, just delete.
I did, yeah.
You
And
did,
then
and then I
I-
immediately regretted it.
I deleted it, but then I immediately made a male elf because I
Yeah.
felt bad.
And it looked exactly like Francisco.
No, it's different!
No, it looks exactly like Francisco.
Morn is different!
Do you have pictures? Remember when you wrote that article? I'll put a link in the description of my first
Yes!
like interpretation of Dragon Age or
That's the
whatever. My first
funniest
reaction.
thing.
Do you have pictures of Francisco?
I
in
do,
it?
yeah.
Alright. I will post that article below. You compare.
No!
Yeah, because it's so similar. I think Katniss would remain silent.
Hell yeah, she would.
Look at how good she looks.
I know, this lighting is great for her.
I feel like I'm betraying. I hope it just the right voice because I can't hear it with the volume down. I feel like I'm betraying Elsa.
What do you mean? Oh, because it's a different... I don't think you'll feel that way if you don't romance Josephine again.
Do you remember what happened?
That's true. I feel like I'll start to feel that way though, because like I accidentally romanced Blackwall, and I was like, "Whoa, wait, we're in a relationship?"
Yeah.
What's his quest that you like? Because you said that there's a quest for every romance option that kind of locks you into that romance. Because like now I can't break up with Josephine.
Yeah.
Because I fought to the death for her.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really,
I think the thing with Blackwall, it'll probably happen after his secret is revealed.
I gotcha.
Because I don't think they would lock you into something like that, and then you find out the person you're with is...
But I was wondering if it's that secret that's revealed, and then you just get another kind of like decision with it.
No,
like
I don't.
The judgment, and then her arm was stuck in her torso. I wonder if it's like you get another decision with it, like you're judging him, but then you're also like choosing if you want to stay with him or not, or if it's a whole other story.
You know,
after that,
I don't. He's the romance. Okay, no, it's him and Iron Bull that I know the least about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Bull's quest is, and I don't know what his quest is that locks you in, but I do know that it's not that bedroom scene that you got.
Okay.
Because you remember you went to that spot, and he was like, "This is where."
I'm skipping.
He was gonna tell you this is where Blackwall died, but he didn't. And then, remember that you went to like the Storm Coast.
Yeah.
With him? Okay, he was supposed to, but he chickened out, and he didn't tell you. And then he shows up in your bedroom, and he chickened out again.
Yeah.
So I think you have a scene with him after his reveal, but I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I also can't wait for you to see the sexy time scene with him, because it's the most hilarious thing.
Ew. Do I consent?
Yeah,
is it like
sure.
Cassandra?
No,
I just see boobs
no.
and I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't say yes to that.
No.
I literally just got you a poem. Like, I don't want that right now. I'm the Inquisitor, I got better things to do, okay? I got better things to do.
Oh my god!
Yes, I'm romancing you, but like, could we slow down a little? Because literally, my life has flashed before my eyes. She's cute, I like her.
I don't know why they got naked right outside the castle walls.
I don't either.
I think the thing about this franchise, though, in particular, is that even if, like me, I've played all 3 games, I still don't know half as much as what's available out there, because they come out with, like, the graphic novel, the comics, like, whatever the hell they're...
Right.
Like, I look at the wiki occasionally, but I don't know, like, intricate details.
It's like the people who are telling us in the, in our live stream. Like, I was asking questions about, I think, Cole.
Yeah.
Because I was making that decision to keep him,
human or spirit.
Human or spirit. And you were kind of giving me, you know, Reader's Digest version, because I don't need to know all of the backstory to understand it. Or to make a decision. Yeah, it'd be great to know all the backstory, but it would take way too long for you to explain it. And you don't know all of it either.
I don't.
And so people were saying in the comment section, like, oh, well, what about this? And some of it we didn't know because it was in the graphic novel or in the comics or, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't information that was readily available. You would have to look up the specific lore.
And that's great because it gives you the opportunity to be... Okay, don't look at me. It gives you the opportunity to be like a different level of a fan, I guess. Yeah. Like, you know, they're always... I think you were saying when we were just playing casually, like, it's hard to then know everything, but they weren't, like, developing these games for people who don't know anything about the game. Like, they're developing little tiny nuances and stuff for people who really know, because they're like, oh, yeah, I read that in the graphic novel, and now it's in the game. Yeah. You know, some people don't understand it. It's still something that they'll understand narratively, but not something that they'll recognize as, like, an insider on the story. Yeah. You know?
I also think it depends on... There's so much to learn, like... For instance, I am more into, like, elf stuff than I am the other races. So, like, I can go on about the Dalish for, like, days, but I can't tell you a lot about dwarves. Yeah. Or about, like, even Kunari. I think I know more about dwarves than I do about Kunari, which is, like, nothing. Right.
I only know stuff about the Kunari, what Bull told me. And that's literally nothing because I skipped through his dialogue.
I only know what Bull told me.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine knowing nothing about elves except what Solus told you.
Yeah, I would know nothing.
Yeah. You know who's gotten really interesting though?
What?
In your Elsa playthrough,
Vivian!
Vivian is so interesting as a character.
Oh my god, I love her.
She is so
I bring
cool.
her on like every quest now because neither of us have really heard her commentary on like these major plot points.
Yeah. And when we brought her, okay, so in particular.
Also, I'm choosing her as the divine because she's diplomatic as hell, and I love it.
Yeah, she's sweet to you.
Yeah.
The other day we brought her to the Well of Sorrows, and that was probably the most interesting dialogue I've seen from any character thus far in that scene.
Yeah.
It was like she really went in there and was like really gunning for you, like as a supportive like friend and somebody who saw like the situation for what it was. Like she was probably the most like logical person there.
And not just that, but like she, like Cassandra is very, you know, I'm for you 100% and I'm skeptical of anyone else who like is trying to get you to do something else other than what you were originally intending to do.
Yeah. Which is helpful, but...
Right. So Cassandra, great. But Vivian gives you like completely honest commentary.
Yes.
Like I support you. However, this bitch over here. Like it was so cool to see her like talk back to Morrigan because Elsa had literally chosen the, you know, bottom answer, like upfront, most direct answer with Morrigan from the beginning.
Yeah.
And so she really didn't have any other motives.
Yeah.
It was just like, I am, you know.
You're here on probation.
Right. And Vivian was very like, I don't agree with Morrigan. And it's not because you don't agree with her. It's because I myself as a character have these own feelings about. So I don't know. It was interesting.
You know what I think though? Okay, so when you bring, I don't think this happened in your playthrough. I brought Dorian and Vivian in my party in my playthrough, and they were talking about. Dorian mentioned Morrigan, and he's like, "Oh, so what do you think of like this commoner woman who kind of like rose up the ranks in Orlais, which is like really heavily political, and it's very like, you know, title heavy, and like you have to be somebody to like get ahead, blah blah." Because Vivian comes from the same type of environment, and Vivian shot him down immediately, and I was like, "Ooh, this is interesting." And you know, Dorian was like, "Oh, what was it? Like something like, you know, I can probably find the clip somewhere." He said something like, "Oh, are you jealous of her?" And he was like, and she said like, "Honey, please.
Yeah.
Like, I am not jealous of this 2-bit asshole from God knows where. You know, everyone is clamoring for power. Like, everybody, like, wants something from somebody." And she's like, I see right through all of her motives.
Right.
And I was like, oh, shit! She's, like, the only one who's, like, being real about Morgan's, like, shady-ass reasons for helping you out. Like, it was great. It was good stuff. And that was before the well.
Something else that was cool with Vivian, I had mentioned to her, like, oh, I think you would make a great divine. And, or, like, you should consider it at all. I don't remember the dialogue option. But she immediately in the next scene, like, I went to talk to her in, like, I finished another quest and then came back and talked to her. And literally the next thing that she did was invite people who had power in making that decision. Like, oh, I'm gonna invite you and you can see everybody and you know, you can meet the Inquisitor and like really schmoozing them over.
Yeah.
And I was like, you are like the most awesome person because you're not like, I don't know, everyone else has kind of been, it's kind of refreshing because like everyone else has kind of used me.
Yeah, they have.
And she's like, you said one good thing to me, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna like make sure that, you know, I get this opportunity that you just mentioned to me. I'm gonna go out on my own and get it.
Yeah, she does her own thing.
Right.
She's ambitious.
Yeah.
She's
She doesn't like wait for me. Like Liliana was like, I mean, she kind of did that, but she's like, do you support me in this or whatever? I had that decision. And I said, no, I think there are better candidates. And she said, well, lucky you don't make that decision, and walked away. And I was like, but that's pretty good. Like, I like how no one's really, like, wanting me. I know that the Inquisitor wouldn't make the decision, but the support really matters on putting someone on the map, really.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I like how Vivian was like, you just mentioned it to me, I'm immediately gonna go and move forward. You know?
Yeah, she does her own thing.
I'm being nice to Cullen. I think I'm gonna do a lot more, like, a lot of different decisions in this.
Like what?
Like who I'm nice to. Because Elsa was just kind of nice to everybody, because I think Elsa as a character is more for, like, the greater good.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think that...
She's diplomatic.
Right. She's like, I want the people to be safe. I don't really care about one specific race or one specific religion or agenda. Like, I just want everyone to be safe. Where I think Katniss is more like, I understand war and what needs to happen in war.
It'd be cool if she picked Templars and not mages.
I think I probably will do that.
Because I think the story with, I think her name is Calpurnica, is more interesting than Samson. And Samson's that guy that you fought at the Well of Sorrows. So if you don't pick the mages, you end up fighting a mage woman.
Right.
Which is so cool.
I just think that, like, Katniss understands more about war. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of Cullen's comments on the war table are like, this is ridiculous, like, fighting rumors or fighting, like, random vandalism and stuff. He's like, I just don't understand the point of this. And I feel like she agrees with that.
Yeah.
So I think at the war table, too, I might, like, choose more Cullen things that I normally wouldn't. Normally I just choose him for resources. But I think I would choose him for, like, rumors and stuff, because he doesn't understand, like, what the point of that is.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I don't think Katniss would either.
No.
Has anyone ever made themselves as the Inquisitor? I'd be interested to know that. Have you made very, like, personal decisions, or have you done kind of... Because I feel like both of us kind of do a specific character. I don't think, choose, like, a literary or movie character or whatever. But you choose a specific, like, my character thinks this about all these different topics in the game.
You know, I follow, and I'm sure everybody knows who this is, Anna, who's Geek Girly, I believe, on Twitch, and I have followed her exploits in Dragon Age and Fallout, and she created a character who looked like her, because I think her audience thought that'd be fun, like, to see her playing in the game itself.
Right.
And I don't know if she specifically made decisions that cater to her own personal taste, but she has been known, when she creates characters, to make them look exactly like her, and a lot of people do that. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I think that's cool.
It's just fascinating to me to see it, because, like, I don't think that, like, I wouldn't want to play myself in the game. Like, I want to create a character and then make decisions, create a story for the character.
Right. It's kind of like how we play The Sims. Like, we don't normally, or I think I made us, like, FemHype in The Sims, whatever. But, I feel like I never really, like, made myself and really stuck with it. I think I made more, like, movie characters or literary characters or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I think it was easier for me to make different decisions, like, career-wise or...
Yeah. Narratively, it's easier to do that.
Right.
Like writing fan fiction.
Right. And I think for me to understand what's going on... Instead of, like, what are my personal decisions in different places, I'm like, well, what would this other character that I understand more, what would they do?
Yeah.
I feel like Katniss also would, like, choose options that are, like, pretty snarky to,
Someone was behind the explosion at the conclave.
higher-ups. What am I trying to say?
I don't think that she has respect for authority.
Right, that's what I mean.
People in power, people in positions of power.
But I think with... people who are kind of on her same level, she's scared about authority. Like, to authority, she's very upfront and snarky.
Yeah.
And then behind closed doors, she's fearful.
Yeah.
So, I think that's also influencing my decisions.
Well, because Katniss understands what these people do with their power.
Right.
Is the thing.
You realize I'm a dwarf, right? I have not forgotten.
And I think she also wouldn't see, like, this whole, you know, everyone calls her the Herald, right?
When we needed
I don't think that Katniss would see herself that way
No.
at all.
No.
Just like in the movie, she doesn't see herself as this Mockingjay.
She
Whatever.
doesn't throughout the whole thing, correct?
Right. She doesn't really see herself as this, like, beacon of hope. She just sees herself as a person who's trying to fix things.
And I think a lot of that has to do with she knows the danger of the second that she does start to believe in that means that she's falling down that slippery slope that, like, other people in power, like, it goes right to their head, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The second she does that, like, she's really
Right.
not thinking about what's important anymore.
Right.
So, okay, of the 4 that we've got here, you
Yeah.
think that she would trust in Cullen. Who's the other person that she would really be
Probably
like...
Cassandra.
Yeah?
I don't think as much Liliana. Well,
I think yes and no.
I think on certain things, yes.
Yeah.
On other things, no. Like, Liliana with her whole stuff about, like, the divine and how she wants it to be more accessible to more people, I think she would agree with that.
Yeah.
And I think she would also agree with her tactics to get there.
Yeah.
Because Katniss just comes from a time of war.
Yeah.
She doesn't come from a time of people talking things through and getting things done without casualties.
Yeah.
So I think she would understand her means to get to whatever goal she has. But I think otherwise, she wouldn't really choose I think she would choose more force with Cullen, like, through random quests and stuff. She would probably choose force rather than, like, an in-between of negotiations and force.
Yeah.
You know? Because it's like, Josephine is negotiations. You have Liliana, who's, like, a mix between Cullen and Josephine, and then you have Cullen, who's all force.
Yeah, I think the thing is, I think the one thing that would really rule it out for Katniss is the fact that Liliana uses deception a little too often. And it's like, you know, obviously you have to use these, you know, not so nice, not so pleasant, like, tactics in order to, like, get what you want, but to deceive everyone is really not good either.
Right. And Katniss, who's been deceived so often
Yeah.
by authority, for a new movement to come through to deceive further, like, she, in the second, in Mockingjay Part 2, if you want to see that, I don't know, or if anyone even knows what we're talking about, she, you know, was really upset by, the marketing tactics that this new movement had. That, like, really upset her because she didn't understand what the point of it was. You're marketing, like, you're kind of manipulating the situation. You're framing it in a certain way to make it look better than it is. And they were struggling really hard, but the way that they presented the propaganda made it look like they were winning the war.
Yeah.
So that they would gain more people on their side, or they would create fear on the other side. So it's very deceitful, and I think that worried her because she didn't really see how that worked.
Yeah.
And she was already lied to so often by the other side that
Well, I
she
think
didn't
it's
see the
also,
point of it.
I think you're making a really good point, and I think, and I won't go into it, but it's happening politically right now in our own country.
No.
I'm not going to go into it, but I'm just saying that, like, even when, like, the Inquisition, you're working for an organization that is trying to actually fix a problem, does care about people, like, is the quote-unquote good group, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But nobody's 100% good, and I think Katniss gets that.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. And Katniss sees that anyone can have that that part of them come out.
yeah,
Depending
anyone
on
is
the
capable
circumstances.
when
Right.
they have power
Right.
to become shitheads.
Right.
And that's what they deal with in the DLC, which we haven't
AKA
gotten to
President Coin.
yet. Yeah.
Rip.
Rip President
Sorry,
Coin.
that's totally a spoiler.
Rip.
Is it a spoiler if it's been out for years?
No.
It's not?
No. After I think there's a couple of months.
The
there's a
book
grace
has been
period.
out for years, and the movie has been out for, like, a couple months.
You're fine. It's not a spoiler.
Spoiler. Well, guess I'm bringing everybody, a whole gang. Even Solus. I wonder who I'm gonna choose to come with me on a lot of quests, because, like, Elsa right now has her main people.
Yeah.
Like, it's Cassandra, it's Blackwall, and it's Vivian.
Yeah.
Used to be Dorian, now it's Vivian.
Rip.
And I wonder who I'm gonna bring on this. I still want to bring a mage with me. I still want to bring 2 tanks. But I wonder who I'm gonna make that healer mage. Because I don't think Vivian's personality meshes with Katniss.
No, God no.
But I don't think Dorian's does either. So
Nope.
it might be Solus.
Yeah.
That I bring.
Well, okay. So the thing about Solus is, I don't know. I know how he reacts to Varric. I don't know how he reacts to other dwarves, but I do know that he has a deep respect for dwarves that he doesn't have for other races for some reason. I think it's because, like, they're, correct me if I'm wrong, they're the oldest race in this world. Or it's like we found evidence that they are older than, like, elves who were here first. I don't know. But
I like how many dwarves we got going on in this scene.
Yeah! Dwarves represent!
It's nice.
But I think Solus might be... He'd be happy to be, like, the elven authority. You know what I mean? Because if you challenge his authority as an elf, he gets pissed.
Right. That's why every time I ask him questions as Elsa, he approves.
Yeah. Oh
It's
my
like,
god,
when
tell
in
me
doubt,
about
ask
my
him
culture.
questions. Yeah. When in doubt, well, why does that matter to you? And he's like, I approve. Even if I'm mad at you, I approve that you asked.
Yeah, he yelled at you the other day.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait, didn't you punch him with Francisco?
No.
I think you did.
No, you said I had that option and I never got it. You were teasing me with the option, so I kept being rude to him. I was like, what would make him mad? And you'd tell me.
Yeah, you can punch him. It's great.
Yeah, but I've never seen that. Maybe I can in this. I don't know.
No, don't do it in this.
I love the outfit. Beautiful. You're always jelly of Elsa.
Well, she got, like, all these approval ratings.
I got a Chivo because I had the most friends in the game.
I was really mad.
Suddenly Jillian realized that she didn't have any friends in Dragon Age.
Nobody likes my character.
Like, Cassandra greets me, hello, my friend, and she got so upset. It was so funny.
That was a betrayal of the highest order.
That was so funny.
I thought Cassandra and my character were really close.
It's because you flirted too hard. She didn't want that.
Oh my god.
She wanted to be left alone.
She rejected me. It was okay, but I was still really sad.
Are we all good here? Yeah.
Alright, so this is gonna be interesting. This is what I was waiting for.
Master, I don't know what you did last summer. Yes. Thank you.
I just want
That's kind of like the 3 fingers thing.
Oh! Oh my god.
This is perfect.
That's good stuff.
Oh, this is perfect.
That elf behind her has like the cutest man bun. Okay, bye.
Okay, seriously though, Friday we're gonna play this on Twitch.
Yeah, so tune in on Friday for FemHype Friday.
FemHype Friday. Probably like what, 8 o'clock Eastern?
Yeah, that's usually when we end up doing it.
Yeah, 8 o'clock Eastern. Probably like 2-3 hours. Mm-hmm. We'll tweet a couple times to make sure you remember.
Yeah. You know what I'd like to do? If you're cool with it, you can play the beginning with Katniss, and then there's like a big quest thing that I'm up to for the DLC that I could play after you if you get bored.
Yeah.
That I kind of want.
It'll just be a Dragon Age night. Yeah. Like, not solely Katniss. We'll, like, go maybe to Elsa. We'll go to your character. We'll try and figure out, like, I don't know, we'll do more than just the beginning part. Because sometimes the beginning part gets boring.
It does, yeah.
When you do it 40 times.
But don't you stand with the rest of the charm tree?
Yeah, the beginning right now is only interesting because you have a really strong sense of who this character is. Otherwise, I would be bored.
Yeah. I think it's cool how, like, both stories fit in together. Kind of like how you're doing with Fallout.
Yeah, with Leia.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really frustrating, though, with that game because...
I like these camera angles.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's frustrating with Fallout because, and I also read an article about this recently, that it's not, this is the first, is it the first game in the franchise? They were saying that this one is so heavily combat that, like, they barely created any story where you could talk your way out of something. It's just shooting. It's like a full-blown shooter, and I get frustrated sometimes because I want Leia to be able to be diplomatic, like that's what she would do.
Right.
So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
We could even play that on FemHype Friday.
Yeah, maybe. I'm getting frustrated with it. If at the end of the night people want to watch me build, fine.
Minecraft.
That statue is naked! Oh, we're getting a different angle because she's a dwarf.
Mm-hmm. I like all these angles.
Ooh!
It's been since the beginning. I feel like sometimes it's harder to notice, though.
Yeah, that was noticeable just now.
I like it. Okay, I feel like at this point we should stop.
Yeah, probably.
I'll probably by Friday get the horses, get the main thing going, maybe even get up to like when we're leaving Haven. Maybe. And then maybe I'll just do some like random quests and you'll see like a little bit more about how Katniss fits into all of this.
Yeah, I think that's
What do you
fun.
think?
Yeah, good times.
Alright.
Thank you so much for joining us, FemHype crew.
See ya!
See you later in the week.
Bye!